Even your family. So how was your family? How was your brothers and sisters? Because I mean, look, I mean, I got a brother and sister, and you know, we joke with each other, and I could imagine if the situation were, if one of us was in those class, oh, we gonna get them jokes off, Monique. It is what it is.
No one paid enough attention.
Really?
Like no one paid enough attention, because though we lived in a household together, we were very individual. So no one even paid attention to what was really going on, and to include my parents. And that's not a victim story. That's not, oh, woe was me. It's just what it was. So it wasn't like, oh, you dummy. The jokes were always fat. They were always fat jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay. So I'm so used to that. But
are you the only one in your family this
baby, the only one that sneaks snacks. I'm the only one that'll sneak.
She said, I'm the only one that'll sneak a snack. And yo, I've never been, a sweet person. But
I've kind of done that anyway. A few times I get caught, a few times I haven't, though. They banter on that anyway. And plus, though, sometimes I do this as well. Late night when I'm in my bedroom, when everyone else is asleep, I grab my phone out and use it. So, like, when everyone is sleeping, I'm using my phone. So I have to be very careful, because, a few times I get caught, and I've gotten caught, and my mom was like, what are you doing at this time?
Shit. I'm just bored. I can't sleep, Mom. But yeah, that's how it be though. Like, but yeah, I've never been a sweets person, but I'm gonna tell you, I will sit here and dog up some chocolate. That's my favorite out of all the candies. I'm not a sweets person, so I got all my teeth.
Snack, Shannon. Right. I'm the only one. Yes.
So what would you say your relationship then and now was with your family?
Well, my relationship now with my family, they're my biological family, and I wish them well. Well, here's the thing. I watched you do I think it was like a little clip, and they were talking about interracial dating.
Yes.
And you said, why would somebody stay where they're miserable?
Right.
That applies everywhere, Shannon. It just doesn't apply to that, especially in our community. We've been taught, take care of your family, make sure. Well, there are some families that deserve it. And there are some families that you have to say, listen, I'm so glad we had this time together. And that's it. Yeah. That's where I am with mine. I wish all of them the best, but that's what it is. Yeah. So even as I sit here with you now, with all that's going on in Hollywood and all of the stuff I had to go through, I've already been through it with people that you call.
It's crazy. I can relate to that. And I don't know how many people are in the chat, and how many people that catch the replay can sit here and say they relate to that. Because, listen, I'm gonna be very honest. Very honest. I get tired of hearing people say, "Oh, that's your family. You got to keep giving them a chance. You got to." No, listen, man. Like, I keep my family at a distance. The majority of my family I don't talk to, because I didn't meet them until after I was in my mid-20s. So I don't really know y'all. And what y'all showing me, to me, shows me that I don't need to be around y'all. And I don't need people in my life that's going to sit here and stop my future. And what I mean by that is hold me back. I've been through enough of that. Like sometimes, whether it's a family member or it's a friend, you have to learn how to walk away. It doesn't matter how much it hurts, because sometimes, you listen, I wanted to get to know you better, or, I really messed with you. Like, damn, how could you do this? We grew up together. No, you cannot keep giving them opportunity after opportunity, because where you at now? People don't realize that part. Not all family is, how can I say, good family. There is bad family, there's good families, and there's sometimes, family that you could deal with, but you got to deal with a distance. Blessings, Nate the Great. Blessings. How you doing? So I cannot sit here and say that I agree with that part. Whoa, hold on one second. I can't sit here and agree with that, because at the end of the day, right, I grew up in a dysfunctional family, right? I could sit here and I can honestly admit that. But I also got the chance to see other families, like, from people that I dealt with, people that I hung with. And I've seen how, they've also had dysfunctional families. But then I've also seen the ones that have had, good families. Like, it's just crazy that I could sit here and say, I know, and I could sit here and I could say, I know what it feels like to go into somebody's home and be welcomed and made feel like your family. So I've always went by Water has been thicker than blood. I've been criticized for it. Listen, I've gotten lashback for it, but that's how I feel. That's what I think. Because at the end of the day, that's what I've seen. That's what I've been shown. Like, I've had people out here that are not blood sit here and reach out and pull me from drowning waters. Where my family at? Growing up, where was these people that say, oh, I love you, I got your back, but you're showing me something different? It's like, I'm gonna put this as an example, right? Before my mom passed away, I didn't know my family. There was nobody there. It was just me, my mom, my brothers, and my sisters. It was us against the world. Right? And that asshole, that she had for her husband, I'm sorry to say it, but that's what he is. He's a monster, nothing more. Freddie. That's what she had for her husband, Freddie Krueger. So, after he left our lives, it was just me, her, and my brothers again, and my sisters. Growing up, like, where the hell was y'all at when, we needed y'all as kids? Now that she's dead, y'all want to sit here and dictate how I should be, how I should behave, how I should talk? Listen, like I told them, respect is earned. Respect is not given. I don't care who the head of the family is. I've never met y'all before. To me, y'all are strangers. There's no connection. There's no feelings. There's no nothing. For the simple fact that I've never met y'all a day in my life till now, the day that my mother passed away. Don't sit here and tell me respect when you ain't give it to me. You don't come to me thinking that because y'all, this person's family, that y'all can sit here and treat us however y'all treated each other. It don't go that way. My family is my family. I made my family. And even though I had my own family, I still stood there and helped my mother. And not once did I see y'all. So y'all can't sit here and tell me y'all my family. Then y'all got the nerve to sit here and judge the people that I call family? Don't do that. Oh, I can't be with this person. Why? Oh, you can't be dating this person. Why? When they noticed that the father of my daughter was black, all the shit that they talked, and I'm saying here, I'm like, do you know what runs through your veins? You have nothing but Jamaican and African blood running through your veins, and you want to sit here and tell me I can't have a baby by a black man? Who the you think you are? No, respect is earned, not given. So not all family you can sit here and say, oh, I could stay with or I could do this, because not all family deserves that from you. Not all family deserves your all for you to keep giving your all, and they just keep mistreating and abusing you. People just hear the word family, and because it's family, you got to keep giving second chances and third chances. No, I see life like a baseball game. You got 3 strikes, and if you hit that third strike, you're out. I hit that home run and you're out. That's crazy, and that's how it's got to be. And it took me a minute to realize that, and I learned it with my own family, because a while back, a lot of you know that I had to sit here, like, I got the news, my brother got hit with the train, blah, 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 he passed away, right? Like, I don't want to get into details because it's still a topic that when I talk about it, I still cry. We're not, you see where I'm coming from, like, so at the end of the day, it's kind of like, yo, I was trying to get him help, but how could I help him? No matter how much blood ran through our veins, no matter how much of the same blood ran through our brains, and that's my brother. We're not half brothers. We're not, how can I say, like, that's not my stepbrother. That was my brother from mother and father. My other siblings, they're my half siblings. We don't have the same father. But this one that passed away, we were like this. Same mother, same father. We was the closest. We defended each other. We rocked out for each other. So, like, I tell people, like, yo, not all family deserves for you to sit here, because when I try to do it, I had to learn. I had to sit here and say to myself, why did I put that shield down? Because these people don't even know me from a can of paint, and they want to sit here and dictate my life, tell me what to do and how to do it, when to do it, where to do it. It don't go like that. Y'all was never there. Show me that I could, how can I say, show me that y'all have earned my respect, that I can give you my respect. I'm not just going to give you my respect after I've been beaten, torn down, misused, and abused. We're not doing that. Why? Because at the end of the day, the family that you're sitting here talking shit about, it's the family that's been here taking hit after hit to see me still stand here. The family that's being my backbone right now, in order for me to stand tall and still talk to the world and fight for what I'm fighting for and what I believe in. Y'all wanted to walk in my life and run my life. It don't go like that at all. So I understand exactly where Monique is coming from. And what's crazy is everybody thinks because you hear the word family, everything is no. Not every family is perfect. Not every family is, how can I say it, roses and stars. Like, it's not like that. Some families are very dysfunctional to the point where the one that's right there, they got the common sense. If they don't walk away, they're gonna be dragged.
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't switch back. There we go. But yeah, so Monique has a good point right there, and I want y'all to know, listen, man, if you are like that and you feel like you like the ugly duckling, I'm gonna call it, of the family, and you've been busting your ass and your family's been bringing you down, listen, man, you ain't gotta listen to them people out there telling you you have to because it's family. No, I could treat them from a distance. I could love them from a distance. I ain't gotta be right there. Like, for people to tell me, you need your sister, that's your sister. I don't need her. Listen, I'm the oldest out of all of us, and I took care of them my whole life. How come I got the other two on track and that one right there, I will never let in my life again, because she's the reason why my two kids suffered. I forgave her, but she's not welcomed in my life. Now, her coming back into my life is going to trigger something that y'all don't want. So it's messed up to say that sometimes you got to kill a family member even though they still alive. And I hope that don't go over people's heads. What I'm trying to say is, to me, they did. Like, I could care less about what they go through or what happens to them.
Your family. And I have to say, you know what? That has to just wash off when I know what I'm standing in and what I'm standing on.
You're absolutely right, Monique. My grandmother used to always tell us, she'd say, son, teeth and tongue may fall out, but family never should.
Mm-hmm.
And she stood on that. No matter what transpired in the family, no matter how bad someone had treated you, you should never fall out.
But that's the problem. That is the problem. No matter how bad they treat you, no. You want to know why a lot of the family members are look at me like, because I spoke up. I'm a survivor. And at the end of the day, regardless of anything, even when my mama was wrong in the situation, the love of a daughter, which I was to her, because I still this day, I tell people, I don't know if she really did love me. I mean, I seen it at times, but then at times I'm like, but I could sit here and tell you that I had love of a daughter for my mom. Like, all I wanted was her love and affection. But to sit here and keep getting dragged, when I had my kids, I learned that I had to walk away, because now my kids are suffering. You know what I learned? I learned that stepping away from where I was getting hurt at, walking away and picking myself up so that I could be there for my two kids. And at the time I didn't have my daughter, I learned that I was doing better. When I came back, my kids were suffering. I couldn't figure out how to get out of a depression. No, just because they family doesn't mean they good for you. Not everybody that rides for you is there for you. They could be riding for you and hating on the low. Can't wait to see your downfall. Nothing but leeches waiting for you to sit here and just crash. And then sit here and pick up the pieces saying, oh no, I did this. If it wasn't for, no. See, that's the problem. Y'all want us to get stepped on. Y'all want us to get abused. No, why we got to take it? I stood up. I don't give a fuck how you feel about me. Because at the end of the day, I wasn't going to let this man keep doing what he was doing to me. And I was young. It didn't feel right. It wasn't right. So at the end of the day, y'all can sit here and y'all can miss me with that BS. I'm learning. I'm trying my best to not curse. I'm getting there. So family is not always good for you. For everybody out there that's saying, oh, you came out that wound, they blood is running through your veins. I don't care. This is my family. The family I created is my family. My mama was my family. They was her family. They're not mine. They was her family. And they wasn't even good family, because good family would have been there helping her when she was going through her worst. You know who picked her up? Her kids. Why did her kids have to pick her up when she had family? Why did her kids have to suffer when she had family? Where's the family? Let's make it make sense. All right. So people that say that shit, y'all can miss me with the BS. Real shit, I'm serious.
Wow. But hearing you say that, that's different, because just because we're blood, that doesn't mean we're family through blood. But sometimes it's somebody on the outside that's not blood, that's actually closer to family
Yes.
than the actual biological.
We've been taught to say trauma is okay.
No, it's
We've
not
been
okay.
taught to say you mistreated me, you abused me, you violated me, you disrespected me, you belittled me, but I'm supposed to look at you at Thanksgiving and say, how you doing, Unc?
No.
That's what we've been taught. You swallow that pain. That's why people have such a problem with Cat Williams. People,
and she's speaking facts.
Mhm.
It's like the people that sit here and tell me, oh, you got to forgive your sister. Let me tell y'all something, right? May God forgive my sister, because I forgave her. I just can't have her in my life. Right? Now, if she's looking for any type of holy forgiveness or anything, she can go to the man upstairs that allegedly created us. You want to know why? Because I'm sick and tired of praying to God. I'm sick and tired of praying to him for her, because at the end of the day, my sister is sick in the head. Maybe she probably got herself together, but you know what's crazy? Too late. I can't let a girl that sat here and screamed raped, lying on the father of my kids, because he said no and she wanted something he wasn't going to give to her. But now
Mhm.
he had to go sit here and deal with that jacket, try to get off of it, and before all that, caught up in an addiction. So at the end of the day, y'all not making sense. Not making sense at all. Y'all telling me to let back a woman into my life that sits here, and he wasn't the only one. She screams rape every time she don't get her way with a man. So y'all telling me, oh, that's your family. Put your two little boys at risk. One day she might get mad at one of your sons and say, he tried to rape me. I'm sorry to say it, but that's the facts. They don't change. Women like that don't change.
Mhm.
They don't change. If you've seen it once and you've seen them do it twice, you've seen them do it 3 times, you've seen them do it 4 times, what the fuck makes you think they're going to change a 5th time?
Mhm. I agree, though. I agree with
How many
you.
men do we have to see locked up for her to change? She's a
Yeah.
sexual deviant. So no, I'm not letting that near my kids. I don't give a if her blood runs through my veins. And in reality, her blood don't run through my veins. You know how it is? Because she's younger than me, and the only thing we share is a mother. My blood runs through her veins. I'm sorry to say it, her blood don't run through my veins.
Mhm.
Half of it, because the other half is not mine. It's messed up to say, but it's the facts. That's a half a sibling. And I'm not saying that don't
That's
care because
stupid.
it's a half a sibling. What I'm trying to say is that half a sibling could have been more of a sister to me, but was never a sister to me. So I'm
Right.
sitting here and saying that even though I raised all of them, the ones that I sit here and call family is the one that passed away. It's the other one that sat here and called me mom until I was 17 years old. She called me mom and she was my sister. That little girl, when I was 10 years old, I was walking around and people was like, that's your daughter? No. It's just that my mom was in and out. My mom, listen, I don't know where the hell my mom was half the time, but I took care of my siblings. I raised them. I fed them. I taught them. They learned how to read and write because of me. So at the end of the day, I don't want to hear nobody say shit to me. For those that say, oh, your mom's family, they're not my family. They was her family. Why? Because of a last name? I carry my daddy's last name. I'm a Santiago. She's a Rodriguez. I deny. I rebuke that name. I'm sorry. I'm a Santiago. I carry my daddy's last name, and my kids carry my daddy's last name. I don't use the Rodriguez. I don't care. Because at the end of the
Mhm.
day, y'all try to like it's like I tell people, like y'all the same people that try to get me to hate a man that I never met in my life. And that's the man that I should never hate because he brought me into this world. The seed he planted into my mama is right here. Why y'all mad? Sorry to say it, young Riaz. I mean, I didn't mean to get a little, adult on you, little rated R real quick, but It's the
Man,
truth.
it's all right, though. I'm already used to it. I don't mind it.
But I'm tired of people now. Like, yo, people don't make sense no more at all. And that's the crazy, and that's the best example. I'm not using nobody's example. I'm using mine's. It's the best example I could, use right now. Like, Monique is speaking facts. She's spitting them gems. We got what? Another, I said we're gonna play like 30 minutes of it. We're in 19 minutes of this. We got another 10 minutes. No. Yeah, another 10 minutes. Then if anybody want to come up, y'all can come up. Y'all can talk. Y'all can give y'all opinions and give y'all perspectives, and we could talk about it. If not, we could end the live and do a part 2 and do the same thing. But let's get to it real quick. Let's get back on. Let's get back on the topic and let's hear what Monique got to say.
People have a problem with people that says, I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to tell the truth. And that causes a ruckus. And you would say, why are people upset with the truth? When you hear Steve Harvey say there are repercussions when you tell the truth. Well, remember when we were children, what would your grandmother tell you?
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth, because if not, there will be what? Repercussions. Right. Well, now it's got turned around. When you tell the truth, there'll be repercussions. So what's the opposite of that? Should I tell a lie and get a reward? So that's how we're rolling right now. That's how.
And she's not lying. I ain't have my grandmama tell me that, but I was raised in these streets. I was raised by these old heads, right? And when I mean old heads, is what I mean is people in their 50s and up. The ones that would pull me by my ear and be like, yo, what you doing? Why you doing this? And sit me down and have advice. And even though I would be like, I don't want to hear this shit, I would listen. Like, I was mad, yeah. Like, y'all just caught me cutting school. You just caught me. It's always got to be. But you know what? Better them than my mom. Because my mom acted like she didn't care.
Okay, that makes sense though. That makes sense though. My mom does the same thing, want me to tell the truth. And even if I don't tell the truth, she knows I'm lying either way. She can tell I'm lying.
Yeah. And that's how I could tell when my kids are lying, because I had real old heads. Like, I didn't have a grandmama. I had these old heads out here in these streets. These older lady with, storm looking type of hair, the type of hair that I'm trying to get myself to have. Like, it's like a darkish silverish gray or probably real shiny white on top with the black on the bottom. Yeah, them type of old heads with wisdom and stuff like that. Like, yo, they would sit here and pull me by my ear. Like, I had a lot of them tell me a whole bunch of phrases that I didn't get until I bumped my head. Every time I would bump my head, a phrase would come up. Like, I'm like, yo, why did I not listen back then?
Yeah, that makes sense. My mom's one effective technique that always works with me is she says, I'm not going to speak to you, or I'm not going to care for you. The moment she said that I don't care, or the moment she said I ain't going to talk to you, is the moment I actually realize what's up. Because she can shout at me as much as she wants though. She don't have to put hands though. She can just basically just distance herself from me and I'm going to learn.
That's a fact. But see,
not for too long, though. For a few hours, though. A few hours, though. She'd do that. Or for a few hours, she'd do that, and then I'd get back to, I get sense then. She won't do that for too long.
Yeah, but see, I was a baby having a baby. It was way different for me. I was first, I had to learn how to be a mother because I was being a friend to my son. People don't realize that because I was a baby having a baby. When they say age don't matter, that it ain't nothing but a number. Yeah, that's true when it comes to relationships over 20. Don't sit here and say that when there's a 21 and a 16-year-old. Age does matter and is a big factor.
Mm-hmm.
So it's so much stuff that, that a lot of people was trying to fix. These old heads was trying to get together. But they passed away. And right now we don't have no real old heads. We don't have no G's out here. Like, these gangsters are wanksters. Like, I'm sorry to say it. There's no real gangsters out here. They wanksters. And now they all, before it used to be no women, no children. Now it's women, children, granddaddies, grandmoms, and everything else that comes. I'm sorry to say it, but it's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
We're dealing with one another right now. So when it comes to family and people saying, oh, Monique, how could you? Listen, I want to live the rest of this journey that I have in peace.
OMG.
I want to be with my family,
Yes.
in love with my man, he in love with me. We watch our babies grow and develop their own families. I don't need anything in the midst of that, because you family, that I should accept that trauma. I should accept you not taking accountability for what you've done, what you've said, and we just washed the slate. That's why we're in the position we are now as a community, as a Black community, as a community in entertainment. Everybody's been so afraid to say, look what they did to me. Look what they said. And it's like, oh, well, listen now, we don't want to ruffle no feathers, especially if the messenger doesn't fit what people should think the messenger is supposed to look like.
Right.
And we keep repeating history, Shannon.
Is it a situation, Monique, where people look and say, well, you made it thus?
Another example I'm gonna put, guys, right? It's like when they say, oh, a mother is not capable of harming a child. Sure, we know a mother shouldn't be capable of harming a child, because a mother's love should be, strong, beyond anything, right? But there are mothers out here that can harm a child and have harmed a child. But people can't get through their heads that, yes, a woman that has been a mother, can become a mother, can harm a child. Just because she's a mother doesn't mean she's not going to harm this child. All mothers feel like, listen, man, I have a poem, right? And Monique, like, I'm gonna say it right here, and then I'm gonna play the the last little bit of what Monique is saying. Like me, I wrote a poem down. It says "Love of my mother," and I don't know how many mothers feel the way I do, right? But this is how I feel, me being a mother, right? This poem is called "Love of a Mother," and it says, let me move this away from the laptop, because if not, it'll turn it off. It says, "Damn, no one will ever understand the love I have for you is no one will ever understand. The love I have for you is unconditional. You mean the world to me, my darling. But being together was a painful decision. They told me I had to choose between you and me. But know that I will always choose you, baby. I'd give my last breath if I have to, because the love I have for you is true. So many emotions, tears I shed for you, but they were tears of happiness, my child. When I first met you, my heart melted. The world will never understand my love so wild. So my darling child, I thank God every day for giving me the best blessing come my way. I am proud to be your mother. My heart swells with a love that forever in my soul dwells. So many emotions, tears I shed for you, but they were tears of happiness, my child. When I first met you, my heart melted. The world would never understand my love so wild. My love for you, my child, is everlasting. Through every challenge, I will keep on fighting. I'll cherish every moment, every smile, every tear, for you are my greatest joy, my baby so dear. I'm glad I chose you over my last breath. Bearing you, my child, was painful but worth it. Loving you is the easiest thing in this world, but letting go of you, oh, it's the hardest I've felt. So this is a poem that I wrote when I had to let go, when, the whole situation with my son happened, when I went to court, we signed the papers, he got adopted with his aunt and stuff like that. But, just because I know that he's safe with his aunt doesn't take the fact that I was with my child 17 years of his life. I wiped them tears, I put him to bed, I fed him, like, I taught him, I read to him, I was there when he had them nightmares. So at the end of the day, that love of a mother is not going to go nowhere, because I'm going to always want to protect him, whether he's here or there. So I don't know how can mothers hurt kids? How can a mother harm a child? But yes, a mother can harm a child.
Yeah, the biggest that's the biggest trigger, so I can understand that.
Yeah, and it's crazy because
not physically though, they could hurt them as well. They could also emotionally hurt them if they say that, you know what, I'm not gonna talk to you. Do you know what the child's gonna do? They're gonna cry. I've exploded crying though when my mom says that I don't want to talk to you. The moment she says that I don't want to talk to you is the moment I explode into tears though. I wouldn't stop crying when she said that.
yeah, because it hurts. Like, And people don't get it. I was a child too, and like I keep saying time after time, and I don't get tired of repeating it. What I was looking for was love and affection. But my mom didn't have an easy life. So I can sit here and honestly say that I don't think my mom loved herself enough to sit here and love us the way she should have. So I'm grown and I could kind of understand things now, but back then I didn't. And a lot of these kids don't understand. So for people to keep trying to get these kids to say, oh, you got to take the abuse. No, because there's a lot of people out here that would treat you and make you feel like you're a part of their family, make you feel like they could be your mom or your dad or your auntie or your uncle. And they'll rock with you for the rest of your life. Been there, done that. Seen people go through it too. Like, it's crazy to say, but, you know, we don't got no more G's, no more old heads out here no more. But there's still people out here with that type of heart. And it's crazy that you have to keep your shield up until you really see who people are. Because after a while, people show you their true colors, believe it or not.